Hey there, I'm Daisy Whitney reporting for BTV here at the NAB show. Been able to attend a lot of interesting sessions on online video, and one of the hot topics remains the issue of online ad verification, especially as it relates to online video business. And I talked to Jason Krebs with ScanScout. He's very passionate about this, so here's what he has to say. So Jason, one of the important topics these days in the online advertising business, especially in the video business, is ad verification, ad fraud. Did a story on this recently, and there's just a number of ad networks, a number of verification startups, agencies that are really getting involved in this. Why is it a hot topic now, and what are you doing specifically at ScanScout?
So it's hot because everybody wants to ensure that their ad is going in the right place. So there are actually two different pieces to this argument. There's the verification part, which is what the companies who we've seen in the marketplace in your article touched on, where they're talking about where did my ad appear? Was it above the fold? Did it hit the right content type that I was asked for? Did it hit the right audience type? And that's verification. So these companies are going to verify that, yes, the things that you bought on your insertion order happened. The thing that's not as much talked about, and certainly for video, is brand safety and brand protection before the verification process would happen. So is your ad going to be going to the spots ahead of time where you can ensure that it's not going to be adjacent to material that you would choose for it not to be shown with? So is there going to be something that comes up in the video? Is there going to be something that comes up in the audio that is objectionable? And that's where ScanScout's tools come into play. We're able to show all that and protect the brand from that exposure ahead of time, not just verify after the placement.
What sort of things can you do in advance to make sure that an ad isn't appearing in an inappropriate place?
The beauty of the product that we built in the technology, it is literally scanning hundreds of videos a second across the web, thousands a day, millions and millions a year, where we're seeing, is this good flesh tone? Is this bad flesh tone? Is this a good use of the word sexy? Is this a bad use of the word sexy? And in the video file, will this turn out to be an inappropriate placement for your ad? We're able to tell that ahead of time. That way the pre-roll is matched effectively, the overlay is matched effectively and appropriately, not after the fact, before the fact.
And so how does that work? Is there like a tag in the videos that you would distribute, or a tag in the sites you would distribute to that acts like a stop sign, like, whoa, don't put any videos here?
Exactly. It's a big stop sign. We work with our partners ahead of time. We don't just buy pieces of inventory and start to run ads. We get our code certified with that video partner and within that video player to ensure that we could see the file. We've been doing this for 4 years. It's what our entire system was built on. Most other folks who've been doing this, their products were started off of the text-based web. And they work for metafile, and they work for metadata, and they work for the text on the page, but they don't work for the stream itself. That's what ScanScout does.
Jason, what are some of the inappropriate placements that you can stop? Obviously, the first ones that come to mind are, we don't want ads appearing on pornographic pages, but it's broader than that. It has to do with geo-targeting and just not being on a competitive page, or just something that doesn't align with the content. What are some other examples beyond the obvious that you want to prevent?
If there's an article about drug use, that may be something that's suitable for the news, but it's not something that this advertiser in particular wanted to be adjacent to. If it has to do with any illegal activity that's going on, again, strong news subject and strong news content, but you don't want your brand there. The other piece of it is the viral side of this. When videos, when user-generated content, because any advertiser who wants to get scale is going to have to be adjacent to user-generated content. We want to make sure that that's put in the best way possible, and you can't control a lot of the things that are happening, and you can't not just turn off a site because you think that one piece of content is objectionable. That's not the way the world works. Sites are either put into the bucket as good video content for advertising networks or bad video content for advertising networks. We don't see the world in just that black or white. We're able to go to individual files itself to make sure that the ad is going to appear in the right place.
Why is this so important right now? I mean, there are obviously deals that we've seen recently, like Group M partnering with Double Verify and AdSafe. Omnicom as well is another agency that's really been on top of this, as well as Hill Holiday. Why is this, you say you've been doing it for a while, why is it getting so much attention now?
Because now brand dollars offline are starting really to pick up, and everyone's seeing that as the opportunity where the growth is going to come from. And traditionally, when it comes to video, that's what these advertisers have always demanded. not just what type of show is going to be on at 8 o'clock on any network, but what's the content of the show? What type of audience is going to be expected from it? Who are the stars of the show? Let me see the scripts. And we've always heard cases when there are certain objectionable episodes, certain advertisers are alerted ahead of time and say, okay, we do not want our ad in that spot. That kind of mentality hasn't happened in online video until now. Now the advertisers are saying we want to have the comfort level, and the big agencies are saying the exact same thing. We're going to provide folks with that comfort level, and that's why the conversation is so active today.
Thank you, Jason.
You're very welcome.